Welcome back. Thom Hartmann here with you. And Maimouna Youssef is on the line with us. Native American, African-American accomplished artist. Just performed at Standing Rock. Just got back yesterday. Referred to us by our good friend Kimon Freeman. And Maimouna, first of all, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. Can you tell us what your website is?
Yeah, it's MUMUFresh.com, MUMUFresh.com.
Okay, MUMUFRESH.com.
Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
great.
And that's also my hashtag for social media.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So you just got back from Standing Rock. What's going on there?
Oh, man, it's intense. Well, it's so much going on. Right now, I think the real issue right now is that a big storm has hit, and the roads aren't being plowed, and there is a fine. The Morton County Sheriff has put out a fine for anyone who tries to get any kind of propane, food, water, or any kind of supplies into the camp to help them be able to sustain themselves through.
So they're trying to
storm.
freeze them out and starve them out?
They are. I don't even have words for what it is, because when you're inside of the camp, first of all, it's a resistance led mostly by women and children. But there are people from all over the world here who are here to protect the water, protect the sacred lands. The land that they're bulldozing through, a lot of that land was burial grounds that they've just completely bulldozed through with no regards to the sacredness of it. And you have families who have been there for generations wanting to protect the last bit of sovereignty they have left, because once the water is poisoned, they'll have no other option but to leave the land, and I don't know if that's the end game, that they're trying to have them moved off of their own land.
No, clearly that is. They've given a December 5th deadline. They said they're going to move in with force and evict everybody.
Right. And I mean, I don't see anyone going anywhere. I'll be honest with you. I mean, they're bunkered in. They're committed to this.
There's thousands of veterans from around the United States. They said 2,000 have signed up so far, but I'm guessing there's going to be a hell of a lot more than that.
And I hope they get there soon.
Yeah.
Because the other issue now is trying to get through the storm, because the roads are not drivable at this point, and they have checkpoints. They're stopping people to find out if they have supplies or not. It is becoming insane. You wouldn't even identify it as, as America. I mean, knowing the history of America, it's fitting, but it's really intense. But the spirit is high. The people are beautiful. I mean, the prayers, the ceremonies, there's constant sweat lodge and drum circles and singing and praying, met by, like, there are helicopters, there are planes that circle the camp constantly. Some people have reported there being something that they're spraying down.
Yeah, we have a video on that, and I didn't play it because we could find no independent confirmation of it, other than this one woman who was saying that they were spraying, that it looked like crop dusters were spraying agricultural chemicals on them at night, which is,
we don't really
poisonous.
know what it is, but they circle them. They circle the area constantly. They also send, like, drones to, like, I guess, do surveillance or something throughout the camp.
Surveillance or harassment.
It's incredible. I mean, for women and children, just fighting for the right to have water. We just want to drink clean water.
Right.
And with that, we're met with terrorist attacks and activities. It's insane. I mean, but the thing is there is no other choice. If they allow them to go through with this and they don't stand to the end, that is the future of the children of the people is gone.
Right.
And that's not acceptable. Nowhere else in America would that be acceptable. So.
Well, in fact, this pipeline was originally scheduled not to cross any waterways at all. They're bending it across and then back across this river just to avoid the town of Bismarck, because that's where it was supposed to go. But Bismarck is like a 99% white community. And, the good white people of Bismarck said, oh, no, not in our neighborhood. Send it over there where the Indians are.
And there's so much contention and just disdain for the Native people in Bismarck. I was really, really surprised by that. For whatever reason, my own naivete, I thought that the general population would be in support of people over money, but that's not the case. Honestly, there's a lot of
they're watching
disdain.
Fox News.
Yeah. There's a lot of disdain throughout the town of Bismarck and surrounding areas for Native people, and even I personally felt a lot of disdain just coming through the airport. They gave us a really hard time getting in and getting out. And I know the sheriff, he said he doesn't want any Black Lives Matter movement people in his town. And I mean, there's people from all over the world who are concerned about this issue. And because it's not just a Native issue, it's a human rights violation. And it does concern everyone because water is connected. You can't just poison one water source and think that at some point we all won't be affected. And this is something, if it's allowed to happen here with this kind of blatant disrespect in Indian country, on Native territory, I mean, because the land between where the Standing Rock Reservation ends and the quote-unquote regular American cities begin, there's supposed to be a 20-mile area that's treaty land that nothing can be built on.
Right.
And so they're already violating that.
Yeah, until the sky is no longer blue and the grass is no longer green is how the treaty reads. Yeah, and so, I mean, it's just, I feel like this is an issue that everyone needs to be involved in. It's not an Indian issue. It's not a Native American issue. It's not just an ecologist issue. It is everyone should be involved in this. If they are allowed to forcibly, I mean, the fact that they're already using, I don't know the name of it. There's something where they play this really loud sound and it damages your eardrum. Yeah. There's sound. There's sound weapons. They're these giant trucks.
They're also using these little. They look like little satellite dishes, and they shoot heat inside of your body and literally can cook your internal organs.
Yeah.
Why is that allowed to be used on American soil?
Yeah, that's microwave. Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, if that is allowed to happen here, no American should stand for that. That's not what we quote unquote said. Our country was about. How can we go fight for freedom from tyranny in other countries, but we won't stand here and say these women and children with sage sticks and drums and prayers do not deserve to have militarized weapons used on them.
Here's the problem, Maimouna. They're going up against a very wealthy corporation that owns a lot of politicians and an industry that is worth billions. And Fox News, which has decided to and not just Fox News, right-wing hate radio, which all the white people in Bismarck listen to. It's the only kind of radio, in fact, you can get in Bismarck is right-wing hate radio in terms of political radio. And this has been entirely politicized by the right, turning it into these crazy Indians, greedy Indians, whatever, and all these people who hate oil and hate fossil fuels. And I mean, they've politicized this to the point that they've got families being torn apart over this issue.
Yeah.
When it really should be, what are the values of this country? What do we care about? What are we fighting for?
Yeah.
This is so sad. Anyhow, we've got to break it. We got to wrap this up because we're hitting a break here. But Maimouna Youssef, again, your website is?
It's moomofresh.com, and also you can watch the benefit concert at powwows.com. And if you text WATER to 82623, you're able to donate to the Legal Defense Fund to be able to fight this in the Supreme Court.
Great. Thanks so much for the information, Maimouna. It's great talking with you, and I wish you the very best. Thanks so much for dropping by.